We begin with this breaking news now at 11, a showdown in Echo Park. Homeless advocates confront police over a planned order to remove an encampment there to make repairs to the park. Now, the crowd out there, we've been watching it. It is growing. It is big tonight. As you can see, they are refusing to back down. At 10:30, they were ordered out of the park. As you can see as well, they are still there. Right now, there's a citywide tactical alert for the LAPD, which means all hands on deck. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Chuck Henry. Well, this is a situation that has been brewing for days, ever since the announcement came that Echo Park would temporarily close and the homeless would have to move during some much-needed maintenance. Advocates promised to fight that order, and tonight there they are, facing officers eye to eye. Eliana Moreno is live overhead, a news chopper for Alpha. Eliana?
Chuck and Colleen, and we're focusing on the west side of the park. This is Glendale Boulevard at Santa Ynez Street, where there are hundreds of folks out here. Activists, homeless people, and their supporters are out here to protest the city's plan to clear out a large homeless encampment at the lake. Now, there's approximately 40 people that call the park home. These are homeless folks that have lived here for a long time. Earlier this year, there were approximately 100 people that lived here, but a lot of them have been able to find alternative housing. But now the city needs the rest of those homeless people to move out because they say that the park needs much needed repairs that are going to cost the city about $500,000. But they say that they can't safely make those repairs if those homeless people are here. And it is for that reason that the city is asking those people to move out. They are offering them alternative housing, but the homeless people, they don't want to go. They say it's simply not safe in the middle of a pandemic to force them to move out and leave their community. They say that that is putting their lives at risk. And activists and supporters agree. That is why they are out here tonight asking the city to move off, let them be. And of course, that also resulted in the LAPD coming out here to the scene. They have declared an unlawful assembly, which means that everyone who's out here has to leave or they run the risk of being arrested. At this point, we haven't seen any arrests take place, but we have seen quite a bit of pushing and shoving from both sides, as neither side wants to budge. We, of course, are going to keep an eye on this for you, but for now, reporting from Echo Park, in News Chopper 4 Alpha. Let's send it back down to you in the studio.
Eliana, talk to us a little bit about the numbers out there. How many people are you seeing? How many police?
Several hundred activists and homeless people, Colleen. I would say easily about 300, but the number seems to be growing rather than decreasing, which is what we should be seeing now that that unlawful assembly has been declared. And now the LAPD is also on tactical alert, which means that all officers on duty cannot go home until the situation is resolved. And it is for that reason, actually, that we now have LAPD officers from outside of their division here to assist Rampart Division officers. Just some of the units here that I'm focusing on here, those units came all the way from the San Fernando Valley to assist in the efforts here in Rampart Division. But again, at this point, no arrests that we have seen. But now that that unlawful assembly has been declared, I wouldn't be surprised if we do start seeing arrests here in the next few minutes.
Right now, as we continue to look at the picture here, let's bring in NBC4's Robert Kovacik live in the News Operations Center. Robert, give us an idea of what started all of this.
Well, Colleen, what this is all about is what most people will tell you is the #1 issue in all of Los Angeles, our homeless population. You are looking at just a microcosm of it. The showdown going on right now in Echo Park. These live pictures, just to illustrate them, are a couple of hundred protesters saying there's no way that these homeless people should be removed from Echo Park. And this comes after residents in the area point to crime. They point to drug use, trash, and hundreds of tents that have popped up in Echo Park. And so this is where we are right now at 11 o'clock. The city on tactical alert, LAPD in riot gear, and a potentially defining moment in Echo Park and perhaps for the history of Los Angeles. Councilman Mitch O'Farrell says the closure of the park for, $500,000 is for cleanup. It's for renovation. He released a statement a short time ago. I'm going to read it to you. The Los Angeles Police Department was asked to support community safety efforts during installation of the fencing to assist in the rehabilitation of Echo Park. Department personnel are deployed in the area so that efforts can begin in a safe and unimpeded manner. Our homeless service providers will return tomorrow morning to continue their work with the park's unhoused residents to offer shelter and services to anyone who wants and needs assistance. Now, O'Farrell says about 120 people have found transitional housing in the past few months, but not every city council member agrees with what's going on and what you're looking at right now. Consider this tweet from LA City Councilwoman Nithya Raman. Well, I've been happy to see so many people from the lake being housed over the past few days. A forced and sudden eviction is not the way to move forward right now. The LAPD has said, they've said it publicly on the ground tonight, that they will treat everyone with respect. But let's be clear what the orders are. As you mentioned, at 10:30 tonight, the park is to be closed. The fencing is supposed to go up, and it is supposed to have begin at any moment, as the LAPD has declared an unlawful assembly. But again, no one seems to be moving. So we wait to see what is going to happen here next. Keep in mind, so many roads have been closed in this area, and even the Echo Park off-ramp of the 101 right now is shut down. We'll keep an eye on this for you as we throw it back to you. Just want to let you know, Chief Michael Moore, LAPD, tweeting just a short time ago that the LAPD is going to provide an update soon. If we get it in this newscast, we'll bring it to you. Chuck and Colleen.
All right. Thank you, Robert. And I want to remind our viewers that Eliana Moreno and News Chopper 4 Alpha will be staying right over Echo Park through this entire newscast so we can keep you updated. And should anything happen there, we'll go back to the scene live.